We're live. Okie dokie.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Morning, everybody.
How are we on this lovely bank holiday? Doesn't it feel like a bank holiday as well? I was just saying to
It does.
Daniel, it actually feels like a Sunday or a bank holiday. I feel like I shouldn't be out of bed yet, which I'm normally an early riser anyway, but yeah, I just thought it actually feels like I
It really
shouldn't be at
does.
work today.
I think it's the weather as well because it's sunny. I think that's like kind of gives
Oh,
it.
it's going to be a gorgeous day, isn't it, today? It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be so nice.
Yep.
Um,
Should be good.
So today, yes, it is a replay. It is a repeat of Fit Body, Fit Mind, but it's live, so it's not a repeat as in we're just going to play the old video. We're still going to be able to interact with the chat and get involved with everybody who comes
Awesome.
on today.
Perfect. Yeah.
So if you have done the session before, there's you can join in again. There's no problem with that at all. However, I do expect us to get 100% on the quiz and any tasks that we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same session, but it's going to be slightly different with the chat. Yeah.
Perfect. Gary's just popped in, which is awesome.
Hi, Gary.
So, hello, Gary, mate.
If any of you have just come on and you've never been on one of our sessions before, to access the live chat, I think if you subscribe to the channel, it'll pop up, and I think it'll allow you to interact with the feed. So if you want to try and do that, if you subscribe, it just allows you to then ask me questions as we go and write down some of your answers as well. So yeah, we are here on a bank holiday Monday.
Yeah,
I've never worked on a. I don't think I'm seeing I haven't worked on a bank holiday Monday. I have, because I used to do loads of fitness classes and it was a big thing. Like everybody was off work and they wanted something on, so I used to work every bank holiday.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is quite a novelty act. I quite like it, Daniel.
Yeah. Special stream.
Yeah. So today, obviously this is session one. There's two sessions. So we've got today and then we've got next Monday, and that's the course complete. It's called Fit Body, Fit Mind. And we're going to look at today the benefits of sleep. We're going to look at the benefits of exercise on your mental health. And we're going to look at stress and anxiety as well, and just things that it makes us feel and things that it has an effect on in our life, and then depression as well. We're gonna touch on that today as well. So a bit of a variety, a bit of everything. But you know what? Like, please give me some feedback if there's anything in there where you think, oh, actually, like, just got a good point there, or have you thought about this, or I suffer from this.
Yeah.
I have these symptoms. So yeah, just look into it as we go, and if there's any questions, please just put it in the chat, put it in the feed. I don't know whether to give it a couple more minutes before I go into this quiz. What do you think, Danielle?
Yeah, it's up to you. We can have a little bit of a crack for maybe 5 minutes if you want, or we could just kind of get straight into it.
Well, I am having a nice cup of tea.
Good, it's slow.
In my little posh cup.
Looks lovely.
Together is a wonderful way to be.
True that. I had
quite appropriate.
Usually I have like I've got like these. I bought like a pack of Starbucks lattes, like the little ice ones, and I usually have those in the morning. It kind of perks me up. But then I've got like the heavy duty stuff as well, which is the Red Bull. So if I need to kick it up an extra notch, then I'll have that. But I try to avoid it.
You'll be wired.
Yeah, that's
Are you going to be dancing on live stream?
Well,
Are you going to be?
We'll see what'll happen. So yeah.
Mine's actually decaf as well. I haven't got any caffeine in there.
Wow. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
If you are watching and you have joined us, if you grab a pen and paper, Gary, no pressure, but I want 100% of you today. You've done this quiz before. Yeah, I'm not having 5 out of what have we got? 13 or 12 questions. I don't know how many we've got now. 13 questions. Oh, I'm expecting them all right, Gary. No pressure. How's your memory? So yeah, grab a pen and paper, and we'll go through each question, and it's all based on sleep. So all based on, what's he saying? Might as well drink battery acid. Exactly, Gary. He's talking to you there, not me. He's not talking to me. Is that the Red Bull? Oh, Oh, Gary, you've got your sleepy head on. Oh, well, hopefully this will wake you up. Right, so I'm going to move on to slide 1. I'm going to go in for the first question straight
Sure
away.
thing, yeah. Okie dokie, just give me one.
So yeah, this is our sleep quiz.
Is it the sleep one? I think is it not the diabetes one?
Nope, should be sleep.
I have
Shall I send it over again?
Yeah, I have for Fit Body Fit Mind Week 1. It's I have diabetes here, but we can.
Hang on, I must have sent you the wrong one. I'll quickly send it over.
Yeah, no worries. I think I should still have it as well. So
Morning, Jen.
I can just switch that over.
We're just having a technical problem again. We always do.
I think I should still have it downloaded. I think as well if it's the sleep one.
Have a little look.
Okay.
I can just quickly attach it. It'll take us 2 seconds.
We needed a couple of minutes anyway for
yeah, let people get a chance to wake up and get online. Where have I put these?
I think I've got it here, Mel. I think.
Have you got it?
Yeah, just give me. Yeah, I think I've got it.
All right, there you go. So yeah, so it's about sleep today.
Oh no, hold on.
I think you did do the first one.
Yeah. I think I did. I'm just trying to find it in my files here. Right, hold on. I think this is the one here. It's just I was holding that. Yeah, I'll only take 10 seconds to get it.
We'll have to be looking at the same sheet. It'll go pretty bad otherwise.
All good. I've got it. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah. Just gonna cancel.
No, I've lost you. I'm gonna have to find. Oh, there we are. I'm back.
Yeah, I've got it. Right, cracking. I'll just.
So Jen, if you missed the last bit, if you can grab a pen and paper, we're gonna do a quick quiz on sleep and see what you know. There's 13 questions.
There we go. So yeah, sleep quiz. Something for those of us who are waking up on the bank holiday.
No.
So we'll
all right, that's the one. That's it.
Perfect.
So if we go straight to question 1, Daniel.
Yep.
Right, and they're all multiple choice, so I'm not being horrible and making it difficult for you. We're going to try and wake up gradually today, all right, as a team. So number 1, how many times a day is your body programmed to feel sleepy? So how many times a day is your body programmed to feel sleepy? So within 24 hours, is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? So you can either put A, B, C, or D, or you can actually write the answer down, whatever's easiest. So this is in a 24-hour cycle. I think mine's sleepy all the time. I think the sun makes us sleepy. Like,
you know what it is? I feel the same way because I went for like a little walk the other day, and it wasn't even that long, and it was really hot though. And I was thinking like I was knackered when I got back, and I was like, how am I this tired? I was like, I haven't even done that much. But
I think it's because it dehydrates you a little bit. So I think it does make you a bit wheezy. All my freckles come out as well. I go really freckly in the sun.
Oh wow! I don't think I've ever noticed that. So.
Oh, I have loads of freckles. Makes us look brown quick.
Yeah, there you go.
It's kind of like me secret. Right, number 2 then. Yeah, it's my little secret that I keep under wraps. So number 2, which group needs up to 13 hours of sleep per night? Is it A, preschoolers, B, school-age children, C, adolescents, so teenagers, or D, adults? So preschoolers, you're looking at under 4-year-old.
Yeah.
School-age children, well, 4 up to teenagers, and then C is teenagers, D is adults. Oh, Gary said, all his skin dries and cracks in the heat. Ouch. Moisturiser, Gary. Get some moisturiser on.
He's a
little... Or sun cream.
Yeah, that's the one. He's a little fact for you, on a side note, that a koala can sleep for up to 22 hours a day. So, so there
Oh,
you go. Yeah.
there's some days I wish I was a koala.
So yeah,
That's a good fact. I like that one.
yeah, it's interesting, right?
Uh-huh. I like the facts. I like these little facts that you can just put in there, Daniel, in the background while I'm teaching. You're like trying to, destroy what I'm doing. I love it.
No, what? It's the opposite of that, right?
So, yeah. Oh no, I think that's a good one. I
Yeah.
wish. 21 hours. It's a waste of a day, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, they're just chilling out, just hanging out on a tree. They eat those eucalyptus leaves as well, and I think that's like takes them
A
ages to.
remedy.
Yeah.
Takes a while to digest, maybe.
That's the one, yeah.
Right, number 3. Adults need less sleep as they grow older. True or false? What do we think on that one? So adults need less sleep as they grow older. True or false? My nana would say that was definitely true. She threatens she doesn't sleep at all.
I think like that I can the feeling's mutual there, so I can relate to you.
Yeah, what she doesn't account for is being asleep in the chair on and off throughout the day. So really, like she's getting a bit time that others wouldn't. So I'm like, well, if you add it all up, Nana, actually you do all right. All right, number 4 then. So number 4, about half of your sleeping hours are spent dreaming. Is that true or is that false? About half of your sleeping hours are spent dreaming. True or false?
Dreaming is it's a very strange thing. I think being able to dream.
I always forget a lot of mine.
I forget most of mine. I think I heard about this thing. There's people say they can do a thing called lucid dreaming. I think it's called, where they can like control their dreams, and people swear they can do it, but I don't know.
Nah.
And they reckon
I think it's when you've got a lot on your mind. I think you do kind of overthink things sometimes or work things out in your sleep.
Have you ever been in a dream and then realized it's a dream in the dream? Like, and like you're like aware that it's a dream while you're dreaming. So
what?
No, I'm saying like, so like if you're in a dream, right? Like, and then you turn the light on, and then you realize that the light won't turn on in the dream, and then while you're in the dream, you think, I'm dreaming. That's such a weird feeling if you think like, oh, I'm in a dream. Like when you realize you're in a dream while you're in a dream.
I've never done that, Daniel.
It's happened to me a couple of times.
Nah.
It's a weird thing because there's certain stuff, right? If you ever try to like turn a light on in a dream, you can't turn lights on in dreams for some reason. Like because for some reason.
Well, that is going to be what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and go to sleep. I'm going to try and turn my light on in my sleep and see if I can do it.
But
I've never had the things that I dream about is like Jaws eating my legs.
I've had man.
I'm like such a warrior.
That's a classic dream. That I like, or like when you're trying to run and you feel like you can't move, or like if you get into a fight in a dream and you feel like your punch just doesn't affect them, or it's going really slow. Like there's loads of things like that.
I think we need to have a chat about your dreams. Like this is weird, isn't it?
No, but like it's because like that lucid dreaming thing. There's supposed to be certain like triggers to make you realize you're in a dream, so you can control it. And lights is one of them. I can't remember. There's another one as well, but yeah, it's like Inception.
Oh. We've got quite a bit on the chat there. So Gary said all of his skin dries and cracks in the heat. Yeah, because of the he's got eczema. So that doesn't help much. He's had his whole life. Jen could sleep all day sometimes. That's because of depression, and anxiety, definitely. Sometimes, like I think a lot of people can have like dips of depression as well, where they just don't want to get out of bed, and like that's just kind of a way of shutting the world off and getting your head straight a little bit before you might face people again. And it's a way like we deal with things as humans, I guess. you don't want to put your problems on anybody else, so the only way to deal with it is to close yourself off for a little time and then build yourself back up before you're ready to, get it back out there.
That's it. Like, yeah.
I think, Gary, the comment lots of times on that one, I think that might be about the light.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Because yeah.
When I'm in a bad dream, and I know it's a dream, I tell myself to wake up and try and shock myself awake. My God, you're going to give yourself a heart attack, Gary. Don't do things like that. And Jen said she doesn't remember her dreams. Now, I don't. I'll wake up and go, and then I'll try and get back to sleep to finish off, and I can't remember what's actually gone on, and they don't really make sense a lot of the time.
I've had a dream before where I've woke up in the dream and it's still a dream. So I've woke up, but I'm in the dream and I'm like, oh, I'll go and do something now. And then I realize, like, whoa, I'm still dreaming. So I've actually had that before, which is pretty crazy. I remember one time, I was at my mum's, but I used to go to my mum's.
Like a double dream, isn't it?
Yeah, and I woke up in the dream. I woke up at my dad's and I started talking to my dad, and I was thinking, like, I'm not at your house today, Dad. And then I was like, oh, I'm in a dream still. And, I remember, like, that's so weird as well.
I turn into like a superhero sometimes in my dreams. Like, I save people.
That's awesome. That sounds so cool.
But I kind of like it's so random. Like, there's normally people in your dreams that you would never have together, and
yeah, and they'll talk to each other and stuff. And
it's a weird. It's a bit. Anyway, we'll go back on the quiz because we are getting sidetracked, Daniel. This is what happens when me and Daniel go on together. You will forget other people's here, and we just end up in full on chit chat mode. Dream mode. Right, question number 5. Yeah, number 5. Which of the following is the most common cause of nightmares? Is it A, eating before going to bed, B, excessive alcohol consumption, C, stress and anxiety, or D, illness with a fever? So which of the following is the most common cause of nightmares? So eating before going to bed, excessive alcohol, stress and anxiety, or illness with a fever? What do you think? Write it down. These are nightmares, not dreams.
Yeah. Nightmares. And Gary says he's done that as well. I think he's maybe saying about when he's woke up in the dream, or maybe he's talking about the
dream within a dream.
Or he might be on about the superhero thing actually.
I think he's been a superhero and saved many lives.
I'd imagine that, yeah.
Like this. To infinity.
Super well.
Morning, Sue. Sue, we're on question number 5. We're just doing a little quiz. If you can grab a pen and paper, what I would say is join in from where we're up to, and then when we go through the answers, you'll get about 30 seconds to have a little guess before I give the answer. So you can do it a little bit back to front, but you might as well join in now from question 5.
Yeah.
So number 5 was, which of the following is the most common cause of nightmares? Eating before going to bed, excessive alcohol, stress and anxiety, illness with a fever. Don't put your answers in the chat though, write them on a piece of paper. Because I've done that before. People have come in late and they just start putting all the answers in the chat. No. All right, next one, number 6. Oh, this is an interesting one. So sleepwalking may include other complex activities such as A, driving a car, B, moving furniture, C, eating, or D, all of the above. So sleepwalking may include other complex activities such as driving a car, moving furniture, eating, or all of the above. Sue's put, this must have been for the last one. Nightmare. Oh no, nightmare. Cats jumping on you from a height. That would be, yeah. And then she said, "Yes, boss." That must be for get your pen and paper ready, and put it in the chat.
I remember.
My friend's buddy used to do this, a sleepwalk.
Yeah, I think my dad used to do it when he was a kid, and it's
quite scary. Have you ever seen anybody sleepwalking?
No, I actually haven't. But
Well, I seen her brother once. I was at a house sleeping over. She was a neighbour. And we're still in touch. Actually, I'm going to be her bridesmaid next year. So we've been friends for 30 years now.
wow.
But her brother. So I was in a house, and a brother. I can't remember. I think there was treasure under the bed or something like that, and he was demanding that she got up. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
And I think he's grown out of it now, though.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. People grow out of it, don't they? Like, so
Yeah.
it's something when people are younger usually. But yeah, like my dad apparently like he's got up for work and stuff, and he's like getting ready for work, but he's like asleep, and it's like it's like
Like an autopilot, but in
yeah,
his sleep.
and it's like a weekend, and it's like what you doing? But yeah,
Oh. Was he not just get the days mixed up? Was he definitely sleepwalking?
I think he might. Yeah, I think he was because I think I remember his girlfriend saying like she was just trying to talk to him and he was just like totally zoned in, like just putting
Yeah.
his work clothes on.
They
And it
say
was
like you're absolutely like blank, aren't you?
yeah.
Oh, so Jen said her dad used to sleepwalk as well. He once walked round the block in his sleep. Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Oh, I bet you would be well. You would. If you knew it was happening, you'd be worried sick. Mel, how have you had a friend for over 30 years when you're only 21? Oh, you're after full marks, so aren't you? I'm a bit older than 21. Yeah. And I haven't known her since I was born, so yeah, I know. My next big, well, I've got a couple of birthdays before, but I'm approaching 40. Oh my god. Right, moving on, quick. 7. Don't talk about my age anymore. Driving while drowsy is similar to driving while intoxicated. Is that true or is that false? So driving while drowsy, so while you're really, really sleepy, is that similar to driving while you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs? True or false? You could be intoxicated with what is Trump drink? Or what's he telling people to drink?
Telling people to drink like bleach, basically, or inject bleach. That's what it was.
Inject.
So
Yeah,
great.
don't do a Trump.
Yeah, so insane.
Hey, funny.
Yeah, me and Haytham we had like a bit of a funny back and forth about Trump on
Right.
staying connected. It was good crack.
He's crazy, isn't he?
Oh, he's absolutely.
I think we're all right with Boris when we look at Trump.
I know that's the thing you always think like it could be worse. You know what I mean?
You think it can't be, but then you think, well, actually, it could.
Exactly.
Oh, dear me. Right, question number 8. If you fall a few hours behind in the amount of sleep your body needs, you can never make it up. Is that true or is that false? So if you fall a few hours behind in the amount of sleep that your body needs, you can never make it up. True or false? Oh, so you sound like Gary. 2 years don't sleep.
Oh goodness!
I nearly crashed because I've been awake for 3 days with no sleep. Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness! I thought when
you might crash later. It might just hit you while you then sleep like a koala bear for 21 hours.
I was gonna say, but when you finally went to sleep, you were like that was like a good couple days of sleep.
Yeah. So, true or false question, if you fall a few hours behind in the amount of sleep your body needs, you can never make it up. And we'll move on to number 9. Oh, this one caused a lot of conversation last time, didn't it, Daniel? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember this one.
Oh, God, we're not going to that again. Which of the following can result from not getting enough? It was you. Which of the following can result from not getting enough sleep? So A, Daniel, diarrhea. B, blurred vision. C, low-grade fever. D, all of the above.
Have you remembered the joke yet?
No.
Still not.
I can't remember. Yeah, if you missed the last one, It was later on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Daniel, he was confident that the answer for this was diarrhea, right? So he was really, really confident. And then I don't know if I was going through the answers. I was like, I've got a joke. And then I went to tell the joke, and I went, I forgot the joke. I forgot the punchline. You know, these.
Oh,
my brain isn't working at the moment. So which of the following can result from not getting enough sleep? Diarrhea, blurred vision, low-grade fever, or all of the above? Oh, and Gary said he did 5 days in a row with no sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Was a decent gaming session. Oh my God, Gary, your eyes. My eyes hurt if I'm on the computer all day. I couldn't do 5 days.
I bet your focus was just totally shot to bits by the end of it.
Oh my goodness.
I had a friend who was telling me like that he did a online poker sometimes, and he was saying that when he did that, he said sometimes it can go on for like a full day. So he said literally like there's 8 hours and you've only got like a 5-10 minute break in between, and they're just sat all day. And I was thinking, oh my God, I was like, I couldn't do that. It must be so intense to be like have to be there the whole time.
But you'd have to be really like your brain would have to be stimulated and switched on all the time as well.
I know, for hours and hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not a gambler. It's not for me. It's not my forte.
I bet on sports like very occasionally, but that's it. Like I'll bet on UFC or football sometimes. But...
Well, if I ever go to the game, like a football match, because well, I used to go all the time, but now it's just like a one-off with me dad. I might go just to entertain him.
Nice. That's nice though to do together though.
Have a bit dad time.
Dad time.
Now and again, we'll put a bet on, but that's probably it really.
Pretty good fun. I like Grand National or something as well.
Yeah, like I think that's quite like a one-off thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Anna used to love the Grand National. She would sit on the arm of the chair and pretend that she was on one of the horses. Scream at the telly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was a bit wacky. Sue said she nearly crashed a car.
Goodness.
Is that the one before that maybe with a sleep?
Yeah.
So which of the following can result from not getting enough sleep? Diarrhea, blurred vision, low-grade fever, all of the above. Right, so we've done that one. Number 10. Not getting enough sleep can lead to weight gain. Is that true or is that false? So not getting enough sleep can lead to weight gain. True or false? I think that one caused a little bit of debate as well, if I remember last time we were on. Might have been one of my classes actually. I think some people were saying one and some people were saying the other because that's how they would respond.
Well, yeah, I know what I think. But like I've got my idea at least.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously I did this review, but like I know what from my experience.
I was gonna say you want to get 100%.
No, I know, but just from my own experience of if I haven't slept enough, like how it affects me.
Yeah, I think if you can just think of your own experience as well, and like definitely. So not getting enough sleep can lead to weight gain. Right, number 11. Just a few more. So number 11, sleep disorders and chronic sleep loss have been linked to which of the following? So is it heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, or all of the above? So sleep disorders and chronic sleep loss have been linked to which of the following? Is it heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, or all of the above? All right, got 2 more. And I don't know why, but I've repeated the diarrhea questions. That needs to be deleted off.
Okay. All good.
Slide 16 needs to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Question number 12. So number 12, insomnia is considered chronic when a person has difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep for at least 2 nights a week for a month or longer. All right, so it's not just a one-off week. This is going on for months. So insomnia is considered chronic when a person has difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep for 2 nights of a week, and it's over a month or longer. All right, so it's not just a one-off week where you've had a run of bad nights. This is continuous over like 4, 5, 6 weeks or even longer. So it's 2 nights a week. True or false? Would that put you down as being chronic? If you don't know, take a guess. 50-50 chance in getting that one right. Worth a punt.
Yeah.
We're not taking any money though, are we, Daniel? We're not doing real bets.
Yeah. No, none of that.
Last one then. And I don't know why it says number 9. It should say number 13. So question 13, sleep apnea is characterised by pauses in breathing while you sleep. These pauses can occur how many times per hour? So is it 5 times an hour, 10 times an hour, up to 20 times an hour, 30 times or more per hour? So if it was 30 times or more, it's every 2 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like it's a really terrifying thing, sleep apnea. Obviously, I think I mentioned last time, like one of my mates, he got tested for it because he was saying that he would wake up after like 8 hours sleep and he'd feel like he'd slept like 20 minutes, and so it must be really tough for people who have that, you know.
There was a guy on one of my courses. I don't remember his name actually. There was a guy. He would sleep longer than 8 hours. He would go to bed at like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And he could sleep right through till 11 o'clock the next morning. And again, just like what you said about your friend, he would be absolutely shattered. And he went and got tested for this because he lived on his own. He actually went and got tested because it made him just think about like, oh, actually, I might have that. So he did go and get looked at, but it's not something that you could be diagnosed with by yourself. It's normally something that a partner would pick up, or like a child if you had someone like living in the house with you. It's not something that you would be able to diagnose yourself because you wouldn't know. But being as tired as he was and sleeping as long as he was, he thought, I'm going to get this looked at. So I think he had to go in, like, I'm sure he was in overnight and got like monitored up and things. And yeah, he actually has this. So like doing that course actually helped him, which was a positive for me.
Definitely.
So he actually messaged after to say, guess what, I've actually got that. I was like, really?
Well, you might have, in a way, you could have saved his life because it's dangerous. You know what I mean? If
oh well, yeah, you can stop breathing, can't you?
Yeah. So that's amazing, really.
In fact, I think you might have told us on the last week, because I think this is obviously week 1.
Yep.
When I delivered this in a classroom, it's smaller chunks and it's over 4 weeks. We go in more detail over 4 weeks. Obviously we kind of do that on the live stream, so we're condensing all the material a little bit. But yeah, I think he told us in week 4, so he'd been assessed from the first week of the course, and then up to 3 weeks later he was all diagnosed with it. So there. So up to 5, up to 10, up to 20, 30 times or more. And then what I'll do, I'll go through the answers. So no cheating, mark your own, obviously, because we're going to be swapping papers. We'll quickly go through. I'll try and be a bit quicker with the answers, because I'm just aware of how much I am gassing on today.
No cheating.
So number 1. So Sue, I will give you like a few seconds if you want to have a little guess. So how many times a day is your body programmed to feel sleepy? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? So how many times? 1, 2, 3, or 4? And the answer is, drum roll, 2. So our bodies are programmed for 2 natural periods of sleep during a 24-hour day, no matter how much sleep we've had in the previous 24 hours. So the primary period time is between midnight and 7 o'clock in the morning. And then a second period occurs mid-afternoon between 1 and 4. So that's when a lot of people like go for a coffee or like want a bit sugar, like snack or something like that.
Yeah.
You do get a little bit of a dip, and there's other places in the world where they'll actually shut shop, and they'll have a siesta. They'll actually listen to their body, and that their patterns, their working days are completely different.
A lot of Latin countries do that.
Siestas.
Siesta. Arriba.
So wait. Oh, sorry. Arriba. I should have had a Mexican hat on.
Yeah.
Which group need up to 13 hours of sleep per night? So is it preschoolers, school-age children, adolescents, or adults? So children under 4, between 4 and 12, and then teenagers, so right up to like 18, 19, and then adults. And the answer was preschoolers. So under 3-year-old. So sleep varies from person to person, and it changes throughout a person's life cycle. Children in preschool need 11 to 13 hours of sleep per night. Newborns need up to 18 hours a day, and school-age children up to the age of 12 need between 10 and 11 hours. Teenagers or adolescents need about 9 hours sleep, and most adults between 7 and 9.
There you go.
There you go. Number 3 would cause an argument with me. None of this one, as I said. Really would. Should be like, nah, you're wrong. Adults need less sleep as they grow older. True or false? What do we think on that one? Can you remember what from last time, Daniel, or not?
Yes, I think I can, yeah. I think that it is false.
It is, well done. Yeah. So adults don't need less sleep as they grow older. Poor sleep is not a normal part of aging. As we grow older, as we get older, we often get less sleep because our ability to sleep for longer periods of time and the ability to get into a deeper sleep can decrease. So older people have more fragile sleep and are more easily disturbed by light, noise and pain. They also may have medical conditions that contribute to sleep problems as well. So there you go. Don't need it, but because of all the aches and pains and different things going on, it's one of those, isn't it? You would think that you don't need as much.
I know.
We do.
Especially when you see grandma and grandpa nodding off in the corner.
I've been in the middle of a conversation once about what's been on the telly and looked round and just been sound.
Yeah, I've been there with my grandparents as well.
Yeah. Nana's 83, me granddad.
No, we're good now.
87.
Class.
They just nod off like whenever they want. I'm like, hello, I'm still here. You've got company. Wake up.
Yeah, gotta get 40 weeks.
Hey, 40 weeks. And then they'll wake up and go, I wasn't asleep. I'm like, yeah, you're snoring. Come over and slabber. Yeah, tea spilt down. Yeah. I wasn't asleep. You're making that up. I just closed my eyes for a minute. Right. No, what my granny used to do, if my nana fell asleep, he would change the channel and then she would wake up and it'd be something completely different on the telly.
That's so
but she would still pretend that she hadn't been asleep. But obviously nobody would know what was on the telly.
Been in my grandma's house before.
You had to be there.
And it's funny. I've been in my grandma's house before, and like literally, it's just like I'll come in and I'm like just deafened by how loud the TV is, and obviously she's deaf, and I'm like, Grandma, do you have any idea how loud that actually is? It's like just blaring. But yeah.
I'll not be aware.
No, I know.
It's probably on that volume all the time, and it's just now the new norm. Yeah. All right, number 4. About half of your sleeping hours are spent dreaming. Is that true or is that false? So the answer is false. on average, we spend about 2 hours dreaming every night, or about 20%, 25% max. Some people think it's a byproduct of your sleep. Others believe it's important for mood regulation. Important. I don't even know what I don't know what word that was. Mood regulation, problem solving, and stress reduction. All right. So you can work things out in your sleep. And I think I said on the last stream.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You know.
Yeah. When I was at uni, I did computing and programming, and one of the things that kept being highlighted on my code was this particular line of code, and nothing would work unless I got that bit of code right. And I would keep going back to it. And I mean, I'm talking over a 2 or 3 week period. I just kept going back to this project and I couldn't get this. And then one night, I used to sleep with a notepad next to my bed. Something just said, there's a full stop. You need a full stop. So I checked the code the next day. I think I wrote the word full stop on a piece of paper. I checked, really, really critical, you know, right the way across. And I was missing a full stop. And that once I put that full stop in, everything worked. And that was weird that I worked that out in my sleep.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff.
So your brain does, without realising, try and solve problems and work things out. But it's amazing how we're made. I just think it's fascinating.
Oh my god, I wonder about that all the time. I really do.
Well, what's Gary putting? Oh, Sue said she's a preschooler. Is that because you sleep loads? Gary said he could have been talking to his mum, and sometimes she'd just nod off within a second of talking to her, and then she'd wake up 2 hours later and ask where her cuppa is. That's because she'd asked for one. And she wouldn't believe that she'd been to sleep over 2 hours and thought it was a minute nod off. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Gary. Hilarious, man.
It's class.
Number 5, mind, I've got to be honest, I'll do that sometimes. Like, I'm not good at watching movies, so
really,
like, if I am tired, especially at the end of the week,
yeah,
like I'll be watching a film with Dan, and I might get to 40 minutes. 40 minutes is a good going for me. And then I'm asleep, and then I'm waking up when the credits is on. He's like, "Did you enjoy that? Can you tell us anything about it?" And I'm like, "No, it was good, wasn't it?" I just go along with it. But maybe I couldn't. There's so many movies I watched the first half an hour.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, so I need to maybe do catch up on a lot of films.
Yeah, I need to do 2 parts sometimes.
I'm pretty bad unless I'm busy, like unless I'm sitting doing some kind of craft, like crocheting or messing on. Like I cannot just concentrate on.
Very active.
I've got to be active with me. I cannot just sit with a cuppa. I need to be busy while the telly's on. I think I've got worms. I love being busy that way.
That's why I love films though, for that reason, because I'm I'm so hyperactive in general, and for when I watch a film, like I force myself to sit down, and it's my like kind of chill time,
downtime
from being like so hyper all the time. So yeah, but yeah, it does take a little.
Oh, see, I get all like fidgety. Like I'm alright for about half an hour, so I'm good at watching documentaries and things like that. Or anything where it's maybe up to 50 minutes. I can put myself through that. But the idea of going to cinema just.
It's not for me.
It's not
my
for me.
favorite thing in the world. It's honestly my favorite thing.
It's Dan, so I feel like I have to be like a good wife and go with him.
Yeah.
Now I think he's quite happy to go with his friends. So
yeah.
Bye then.
Yeah, I love going to cinema.
I've been halfway through a movie and I've started cleaning. Like, and while the telly's been on, I just cannot sit down. I've got issues. Never mind. Right, where we're up to, Daniel, remind us.
We are up to questions.
Oh, number 5. Only number 5. Right, sorry. Right. This is what happens. Which of the following is the most common cause of nightmares? So A, eating before going to bed, B, excessive alcohol, C, stress and anxiety, or D, illness with a fever. And the answer was stress and anxiety for this one. So nightmares, which are dreams that cause high levels of stress or terror, occur more often when you are stressed or when you're anxious. They are more likely to occur in the last third of your night, right? So more nearer when you're waking up, and they tend to be more common in children than adults. So kids get night terrors. I'm going to move straight on to number 6. I'm not going to hang around. So number 6, sleepwalking may include other complex activities such as driving a car, moving furniture, eating, or all of the above. Now, every time we say all of the above, everybody automatically thinks that's the one. In this case, it is. All of the above is the right answer, but it's not the right answer for all of those answers when that pops up. So all of the above is correct, right? So people have been known to drive a car, move furniture, and eat while they've been sleepwalking.
Driving,
so I know, to think that you can't wake the person up as well. And I know Jen had said her dad had walked right round the block as well while he was sleepwalking. Like it's hard to get your head around that, isn't it?
I know.
So sleepwalking may include simple sitting up and appearing that you're awake. So you might just have your eyes open, sitting up. Or it may involve complex activities such as moving furniture, going to the bathroom, eating, and in rare instances, driving. And again, it occurs more in children more than adults. It runs in families, and it's something that you tend to grow out of. But I suppose, Jen, if your dad's done it and he hasn't grown out of it, unless he's grown out of it now. But normally, when you hit teenage years, you would grow out of it. Number 7, so driving while drowsy is similar to driving while intoxicated. That is true, and that's quite a scary thing. This is probably why you see all the big road signs saying, tiredness can kill, take a break, like try not to push past being tired, because you can see how easy it is for people to fall asleep behind the wheel. It's
I remember
terrifying.
I passed my theory test many moons ago, and there's a lot of questions about stuff like this, and it's like, what should you do? It's like, pull over, have a nap.
Stop.
It's like,
have a coffee.
Have
a bit walk around, get some fresh air. You know what? You're better off sleeping in your car for a bit if you need to than pushing through that tiredness state, as it is really, really dangerous. So drowsiness can be as dangerous as drink driving. Research has indicated that it's compared to driving with blood alcohol level of 0.08, which what that means is in a lot of states in America, you'd be over the limit with that type of alcohol in your blood. The problem with drowsiness is more in male adults between 16 and 29 years old, and the reason for that is because of all the shift patterns at the work. So they might do a day shift onto a back shift onto a night shift. That age group tend to do a lot of shift patterns, and then they're not actually getting them, like the body's clocking their sleeps all over.
It's really bad for your health. Shift workers and people who work night shift, there's loads of stats about how bad that can be for your health.
It must be difficult to get your eating right and everything as well, because you'll not feel like it's breakfast time or tea time at a certain time of the day. It's just a strange one. But that's what the stats say. So drowsiness is more common amongst males between 16 and 29-year-old when they've maybe not caught up with sleep from the previous shift and the body clock's still all over. Number 8, if you fall a few hours behind in the amount of sleep your body needs, you can never make it up. True or false? What do we reckon? It is false. So if you don't get the amount of sleep your body needs, so if you don't get between 7 and 9 hours per night, what you start to do is accumulate sleep debt. You can pay off the debt if it's only a few hours by having a lie-in on a weekend or getting a few extras that way, so you can catch up at the end of the week. That's why a lot of people, maybe a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, they might be like, I'm going to put my alarm on today. I'm going to just let my body need as long as it needs before I naturally wake up. However, if the debt remains, right, so if you continually do this cycle, if you cannot repay the debt, it just becomes where you have to write that debt off type of thing. And then you're at more risk of injury and accidents and things because your concentration levels are then affected.
Yeah, I remember that term, sleep debt. That stuck in my head when that question came. I remember sleep debt.
All right. Oh, Daniel, here's your question. So number 9, which of the following can result from not getting enough sleep? It's not diarrhea, all right? Diarrhea is not the answer. And it's not all of the above neither, because if it was all of the above, diarrhea would be in that. So it's between B and C. So if you want to change your answer now, you can. So B is blurred vision. C is low-grade fever. So it's between those two. So which of the following can result from not getting enough sleep? And it's actually blurred vision. Daniel was convinced it was diarrhea, which worried me last time I did this. So it's blurred vision. So if you think tiredness, and yeah, it all links together, doesn't it? Because your eyes do go funny.
Yep.
So in addition to blurred vision, not getting enough sleep can cause fatigue. It can make you quite irritable. That's probably one of the side effects that I'd get if I get a bit grumpy if I don't get enough sleep.
Oh, I think everybody.
And yeah, and your concentration's not quite right as well. You kind of you're going from one thing to the other, nothing ever gets done, and it's a bit frustrating. You've just not got that focus there. Because these symptoms are also parts of other conditions as well, it's sometimes useful if you are struggling with sleep to maybe keep a sleep journal and maybe write down things that you do leading up to going to bed. So have you got the telly on? Have you got your phone next to you?
So
are you checking Facebook or emails just before bed? Is there anything that's stimulating your brain that you could maybe take out? So that are you having hot baths? Is there anything that you can maybe look to think, oh, well, actually, if I don't do that, I might sleep better. So yeah, it's worth looking at to try and, help and get yourself what works for you. And not one thing doesn't work for everybody neither. All right, number 10, not getting enough sleep can lead to weight gain. True or false? It is true.
Yeah.
All right. So not getting enough sleep or a decrease in the sleep quality can affect your appetite.
Yeah.
And lead to overeating. And that the things that you crave as well they're not healthy foods. So if you're really, really tired, the last thing you're going to do is make a salad or make something with veg. You're more likely to grab sugar, crisps, like whatever you can get your hands on, because your body needs a quick fix. Biscuits, cake. You're more likely to grab convenience foods. You might have like more toast or bread as well. I'm just saying it does affect like your weight overall, because you're eating a lot more than you would have ate had you had your sleep.
Yeah, and it's like you're less likely to cook as well, because you just think, I can't be bothered. And then you just think, well, I just order food because I can't be bothered to cook because I'm too tired. So.
Or you might not have the food in, and then the thought of going to the shop and doing a shop, and
exactly
it's
right.
just all So sleep loss has also been tied to decreased insulin sensitivity as well. So it also puts you at risk of diabetes. And diabetes is something we're going to look at next Monday. We're going to look at diabetes, and we've got a bit of a quiz on that as well. But you can see how if you're craving all those sugary snacks, that it would have an effect on like diabetes. It would have an effect on your health that way.
Absolutely.
Do we have anything more in the chat there?
Sue was saying that she's definitely been sleep deprived when she was younger, and blurred vision, she must have been sleep deprived for years.
There you go. Where am I up to?
Question
I've had
11.
good sleep as well. I just need to concentrate more. You know, all I can think about, because I'm quite hot, all I can think about is, I fancy a nice lolly.
A nice lolly, yeah, fair. Get yourself one.
I'm gonna have to have a nice lolly after the show. I think that's all I can think about.
Kind of ice lolly.
I don't know why. Probably just a plain one. I've got like lemonade flavoured ice lollies. That's just on my brain. I just want an ice lolly. I'm not going to sit here with an ice lolly though. I am going to wait another hour or so and then treat myself.
Fair enough.
So number 11, sleep disorders and chronic sleep loss have been linked to which of the following? So is it heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, or all of the above? And this one is all of the above. So poor sleep can contribute to heart disease, and heart disease can interrupt sleep. Poor sleep has also been associated with high blood pressure. We think they're all linked together, and strokes as well. Experts believe that such factors such as inflammation and stress play a role. So, for example, with sleep apnea, pauses in your breathing during sleep and low oxygen levels stress the body and promote inflammation.
Oh, wow.
So it all links together. Like people don't realize how important sleep actually is.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
your overall health.
Definitely.
Yeah,
for everything. It's essential, man. That's the thing. Like you could eat like the healthiest stuff in the world. You could work out frequently, but if you're not getting enough sleep, your body's never going to rest. It's never going to recover, right?
Yeah, so sleep like a big factor in your overall health. It's really, really good for your mental health as well. I think it's good
totally.
to be able to concentrate and to be able to, focus and put things in the right place. Whereas when you're not thinking right, it affects like everything else.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking no sleep, you're less likely to exercise. You're less likely to eat well.
Yep.
It's the same with food and diet. So obviously what I'm saying is try and still eat well and try and still get moving, even if you are struggling with sleep, because if you can get the other bits right, great. But if you don't get any one of those bits right, you're gonna struggle.
Yeah.
Even exercise, even if you can just do something, like move, like even like getting your arms working and things like that, or even if you're sitting down, like I've got my nana at the minute.
Yeah.
Like just trying to sit up straight. Like it sounds really, really simple, but I think if she's sitting up straight with her shoulders back, her breathing's going to be better. She's not slouched in her chair. So I'm trying to think about just a posture for now. I know she's in her 80s, but
no, but it's right. I think that as well. Your overall goals, so like whatever your actual like personal goals are, like what you want to achieve or what you're interested in, like getting those foundations in place is going to help you achieve those. So if you say you want to study, right, you study a language, but you haven't had any sleep, and then you spend 30 minutes, but you don't retain any information because you're so tired and you can't focus.
Yeah,
it's easy to think that it's good to think that like if you sleep first, if you get your sleep good, and then if you get your diet good, then all that other stuff's going to fall into place as well, because you're going to be able to have much more focused study. You're going to be much more alert. So it's also it's looking at those things and thinking that's going to help you with everything else as well. So it's like
and if you start breaking it all down, it kind of does fit together like a big jigsaw.
Yeah.
But sleep, a lot of people underestimate the importance of sleep, and obviously we've looked at this quiz today and some of the answers, and you can see how important it is on other factors in your life. Definitely. So if you are struggling with sleep, get it looked at, because this could be like that little bit that you haven't quite solved and you need to maybe just get some help with it. I know Gary, hope you don't mind us saying it again, Gary. I know Gary really, really struggles with his sleep, but got some help off a professional, and there's some like good hints and tips that he's told me that are helping. Yeah, so it was definitely worth that conversation with a specialist. But what works for one person, like we said before, it won't tick everybody's box. It's not going to work for everybody. But if you are struggling, get it looked at, because there might be something small that can be changed that then can help.
True.
And sometimes if you're on certain medication, that can make you like wake up at funny times and crave food at funny times. So if that's what's happening, again, have that conversation and see if there's any alternative, or can you take your meds at a different time, or whatever, just look into it, because it'll affect your overall health in the end. We are up to number 12, 2 more. So insomnia is considered chronic when a person has difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep for at least 2 nights a week or more, 2 nights a week for a month or longer. True or false? It's a right mouthful, that question, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah.
So basically, it's false. And the only reason it's false is it should be at least 3 nights a week for a month or longer. So it's a bit of a trick one. So if it's I'm saying only 2. If it's 2 nights every week for over a month.
Yeah.
So if you think 8 days a week, 8 days in a month, so 2 days a week, then it's not down as being chronic insomnia. Whereas chronic insomnia is if it's 3 days of the week for that length of time. Yeah, a bit of a trick question.
It is.
Loads of people go wild with that one as well in the classroom when I do that. You can't go wild with this on here, though, because it's just, I feel like it's just me talking all the time. So I can say what I want. It's quite nice.
There you go. You got full reign.
Don't get no back chat.
Yeah. If you do, it's mute. No,
watch the feed go. What it can be called is acute insomnia, and it might last for a few nights or a few weeks, but it wouldn't be chronic. It wouldn't be like a condition where it goes over a month or longer. So number 13, last one. So this was the sleep apnea question. So sleep apnea is characterized by pauses in your breathing while you sleep. These pauses can occur how many times in 1 hour? Up to 5, up to 5, up to 10, up to 20, 30 or more. What do you think, Daniel?
I remember being really surprised by this one.
Oh, right. So you remember then?
Yeah. Yes. And
yeah, it's actually, should we say the answer or not?
Yes, go for it, Mal. Yeah.
It's actually the last one, which is a big shock.
It is a big shock. I was really shocked
30 times or more, so every 2 minutes. And if you ever count your breaths, you don't breathe in and out that much. So it's like if it's every 2 minutes, you're looking at every 6 or 7 breaths that you take. Yeah. You actually stop. But I'll read out the answer. So breathing pauses associated with sleep apnea often occur 30 times or more per hour, and every pause can last for a few seconds to a few minutes. So because every pause can last as long as a piece of string, up to a few minutes, it might be every time that you take a breath that this is happening. If you think about it that way, because if I've just said there, like normally you would breathe maybe, I don't know, 6 times a minute, 8, maybe a couple more, depending on, well, if you're asleep, your body's more relaxed, so you'll not breathe as much as you would if you're walking around.
Yeah.
So what it does is it can result in poor sleep, all right, but if you think, if it's slowed right down, every breath, you could be not breathing at all. The most common type of sleep apnea is obstructive sleep apnea. This is usually caused by the airway collapsing. So what I think they would say to people is don't sleep on your back, because you're more likely to stop breathing if you're on your back. Goodness. On your sides, probably not too bad, or like make sure you got your head up, but when you're asleep, difficult, isn't it, to like make sure that you're in that position all the time. Like you move around in your sleep. Common signs of obstructive sleep apnea include really loud snoring, really, really bad headaches, being irritable, probably because you're not getting much good quality sleep.
Yeah.
You might be quite sleepy during the day. Your memory and your concentration might prove difficult. A dry throat when you wake up, and most people with sleep apnea don't even know they have the condition. Yeah. And it can be undiagnosed for years. And again, it's just one of them, unless you know you've got some of these symptoms and you go and get tested, if you live on your own, you'd never know. And it's normally something that a partner would bring up, as I say. So how have we done there then? 13 out of 13. Wow. Well, Gary, you have done this last time, so this is a repeat for you. So I was expecting that. I hope you're not making it up. Well done, Jen. That's a really good score. Considering you've never done this before, that's an excellent score. Sue, did you get a result there?
She said she still didn't get top marks, but I reckon you'll kill it in the diabetes quiz next week. So
definitely. And Jen says she gets really bad heads and she's irritable. Well, I hope if we ever meet, Jen, I hope you're in a good mood. Jen's really, really good at crafts.
Oh wow!
I was very, very impressed. I think it was something that you might have been sewing. Was it a top? Whatever it was, I seen something on your Facebook and I was like, oh my God, Jen's an expert. I'm going to have to pick her brain. And because I really want to start a craft channel, and we have got like lottery. Is it lottery funding, or is it? It might be the other drop in. We've got a little pocket of funding where I can actually get going with some crafts. But I'm not the best sewer in the world, so I'm going to be in touch with Jen, I think, and get some.
There you go.
If I'm making anything in particular, it's like it'll only be little things, but if there's anything in particular, I might be like, Jen, can you give me some tips? I'm pretty good at knitting. I'm good at crocheting, and I'm good at making things out of paper and being quite creative that way. So I do like messing on. I've made my own wine rack, and I do like upcycling furniture and things like that. But sewing, my mum was a machinist. That was my mum's job for years. So my mum's pretty good on a sewing machine. That was a job for, well, she worked at Nissan doing all the car seat covers for years. So she could probably help us with bigger items, but it's all the fiddly bits. So I'm definitely going to be in touch with Jen at some point and picking her brains. Absolutely. So well done on your scores. They were fab. And Sue said you got 2 wrong. Excellent.
Wow.
And Jen loves her crafts, especially sewing. And oh yes, Jen, help me out, get in there. We'll be meeting for a cuppa, no doubt, Jen. I'll be picking your brain. Right. So we're going to move on to how does sleep affect our mental health. So obviously we've looked at more the physical side of things, but we want to look at how it affects us in our emotions as well. And yeah, so we're going to move on to that now, Daniel. I don't know if you've got that slide ready. So what I've got is a word search. Get it right. And in the word search, there's 16, I think. I wrote that down. Yeah, there's 16 words associated with lack of sleep on our mental health. So I want you just to have a little look, and I'm going to put a timer on. I'm going to say 11:15, so you've got 7 minutes to try and find all of the words. So that's under 30 seconds a word, so I hope you're good at word searches. So it's on the screen now. So a bit of a tip for you. The words go horizontal or vertical. There's no diagonal, there's no back to front.
That's a good tip. So
I've tried to make it a little bit easier that way. But yeah, let me know how you get on. So there's 16 in total. Some of them are quite obvious, others not so obvious. And sometimes you might find like part of the word, have a little look and see if it makes a longer word as well, because some of these words are quite long.
Right on.
And good luck. You've got 6 minutes left now. I've used a minute talking already. So once you have a guess, we'll go through the answers. See what you've got. I like me quizzes. I do. I'm a little quizzical person. Is that a word? Is that how I made that up? Quizzical?
I honestly don't know. Maybe. I think that actually might be a word. Yeah.
Is it? If not, I might have thought about it in my dream, Daniel. I might have just been dreaming about it. Yeah. Sounds like a real word, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Quizzical. I think that is a word. I think I've definitely.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to have a look.
Quizzical. Beat you to it. Yeah, it is. It's a word.
Is it a word? It's a word. It's not in the word search though.
Oh, but it's the meaning's a bit of a weird.
It doesn't mean that though.
Yeah, it says of a person's expression or behaviour indicating mild or amused puzzlement. Puzzlement, that's an interesting word.
Oh well, that's not what I meant.
It says amusingly odd or strange. One of the most quizzical movies ever made. There you go.
what we got there. So she wants to make some rag dolls out of scrap fabrics. Oh, that's a good idea. Can't see word search email, so just going to assume I can find them all. You do that, Sue. Or maybe what you could do, Sue, if you can't see the word search, just write a list of things that you think that might affect your mental health if you didn't get enough sleep. Like have a little brainstorm yourself on a piece of paper and just write them down. Just put some bullets. So it doesn't matter that you can't see it in the word search. Just write down things that you think should be in there. Sure, we can't make it like project onto your wall somewhere, make it giant. These things in technology will be around. We just haven't. We're not using them. I think everybody else is going to be watching it back on repeat later. There was about another 9 people meant to be in the chat today, but that's the good thing with being online. I suppose if you do miss it, you can always jump on later.
Definitely.
The good thing is though, when you're on live, you get to interact with us. So if there's anything that you want to know, it's probably, I would say, a lot easier and a lot more productive to be on there while it is live. Maybe because it's a bank holiday, people might have thought it wasn't on.
Yeah, no, I reckon that's probably it. Yeah, but yeah, like as you said, they can catch up with it after. So that's fine. Yeah.
As long as we do the survey, it's all good.
Absolutely right.
We're doing. Oh, you've got 3 minutes. It might be like 2 and a bit. Actually, I'm just waiting for it to hit 15. How are we getting on? It's quite a busy. There's words everywhere, mind there is. It's quite a busy one. 2 minutes and counting. So at the end of this, at the end of the lesson, what video have we got on today, Daniel?
We have the
what video are we putting on?
It is
putting the stretch video on.
Yeah, 20 minute stretch routine, but it's
cool.
26 minutes in total. Well, 27 minutes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's I think that one's a good one because obviously I know that we're talking about sleep, and one of the things that can help you with sleep is if you did this before bed, it's really good for tension relief. So if you're feeling kind of tight and then you feel uncomfortable and you're sleeping because you've got a lot of pressure in your shoulders, your neck, or your legs, I think if you did these stretches beforehand, then, or even if you just did them now along with the video, it'll kind of help relieve some tension, and that'll help you sleep as well.
Oh, brilliant. I've asked Bob if he'll do, because he's got 2 more videos that he's to send over.
Yeah.
And he's doing a chair-based fitness class, I believe. I've asked him to do that.
Nice.
So I used to teach chair-based. I did it for a long time.
Awesome.
So there's so much you can do. So I'm just thinking, if you are sitting at a computer a long time, or you're struggling to get out and about, then chair-based there's a way to just do loads of different things.
You've taught you did one of those classes one time, right? You did it, or was it like in a session somewhere?
No, I've done it. I do it with my Nana all the time as well. I'll be like, right, Nana, come in. She can walk, but for her, I just think it's easier on her back, and it's not, if she can just sit and do things in the chair. So I'll get her to do little bits, and like even just shoulder circles and things. It just wakes up the body.
Definitely.
So just, you don't have to jump around, just little bits. Oh, Jen's in a wheelchair as well, so yeah, it'll be great for you, Jen.
Perfect.
So I'm going to bounce some ideas over by Rob, and that's the plan. So hopefully next session, that's the video that we'll play, and it'll be a brand new video for everybody.
That's perfect.
But it'll be great for you, Jen, but it'll be great for everybody, because everybody will be able to do it. I know Charlotte struggles with her hands and things as well, so she kind of pick things up.
Yep.
Gary, you'll be able to do it as well. I know you've got the Bell's palsy at the minute, and they've said not to do any exercise. It'll be really, really good. And Sue as well, because Sue, you've struggled sometimes with your mobility, Sue, as well. I know you've had a few falls lately, so
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I think the chair base, I think, is going to be appropriate for a lot of people. It doesn't matter how old you are. I think moving your body a certain way and trying to think about posture rather than fitness all the time. Like posture is so important, and I think if you're sitting taller, everything's engaged differently. So yeah, it's a good way to do it. But I'm going to bounce loads of ideas over to Rob, and hopefully he'll get a decent session put together. What you can go back and watch on the YouTube channel whenever you want. I think that'll be really, really useful. Oh, Sue's asking if it's self-propelled. All right, okay.
She said, Sue's got an amazing recipe for flourless chocolate and pear cake.
Oh, well, I've missed that one.
Yeah, it's just up
How did I miss that?
So it's Sue said,
oh, that sounds good. Do you know what? I just love cake. Like I'm definitely a baker. I do love making naughty food. Yeah.
Wow.
In fact, unfortunately, this week we are making vegetable stir fry, but the dessert is miniature cheesecake.
Oh, I love
so I'm making. You've had one of my naughty cheesecakes, though, Daniel, haven't you? Like a while back.
It was so good. It was so good. Yeah, it really was.
But these are just little ones because I'm going to make it with Greek yogurt. And there's low-fat cream cheese in, so that's like the main bit. So it's not like you're using double cream and things like that. So you're cutting down the calories quite a bit.
Fantastic.
The base is still, it's got to be digestive biscuits.
The best.
But if you want to, you can put half digestive biscuits and half rich tea, so they're not as calorie high. Yeah. And just put it as a little base. Don't have it as a big base, and then you just got to think of ways of saving calories. But yeah. Oh, Matt is going to love that. He loves cheesecake. Oh, no, you were on last week's cooking. You won't get a meal this week, Jen. But what you can do, you can still watch it and then you'll get the ideas. But you'll have to get Martin to get out and get that cooked. I think he messaged to say, it was the pie, wasn't it? You had the pie week. The pie, I think he happened to go out and get flour, so I think he might have been thinking pastry. So I don't know if you've had any more pies since, Jen. I think Martin was thinking about making some pastry after that show. But yeah, the cooking, I think a lot of people get confused. So we've got to hit 80 people over 10 courses. So 8 people every week get the food delivered. It's got to be a different person every week. But there's we're going to have 10 different cooking sessions, so everybody can still tune in and watch and get the recipes off the links and things like that.
That's awesome.
Oh, did you think you were getting me stir fry as well, Jen? Oh man, that's my fault. I probably didn't explain it right. You had a good week though. That pie was a good portion. Like a lot of people don't get that. Like you had a good healthy portion of pie.
People,
it's pretty naughty.
Yeah, well, the people got what they asked for, right? They were calling for pie, and then
that was because Paul had made pie that week. Chef Paul, hadn't he?
Chef Paul, yeah, that's it.
Oh, that pie looked so good. And then everyone's like, "We want pie." I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I wasn't really going to make pie, but I tried to make it healthy with all the veg. Right, I'm going to go into the answers. So, if you go on the next slide, Daniel, what I'll do, I'll go down first. I'll go down all the columns. So the first one from the left-hand side is repair body. All right, so good sleep repairs your body. And if it does it, it kind of replenishes all your cells. It's a way for your body to recover as well, as you said before, Daniel, like about training and eating well. If you're not getting that recovery and your body's not shutting down properly where it would be able to then function properly the next day, then that's a problem. The next line over, so you can see you've got repair body. The next line over is happiness. Now, it's not something you would necessarily think about, but if you've had a good night's sleep, you won't be irritable. You won't lack like concentration and things, and I think you just feel a little bit happier.
Yeah.
I feel quite happy today just because the sun's out, so I'm going to be able to. I've not left the house for weeks, and
I know. Yeah.
I even send down to the supermarkets. I just don't even go to the shops.
Yeah, get out in that
So
sun.
the fact that I can sit out in the sun a little bit today is I'm quite excited about that. It's the little things, isn't it?
Absolutely is.
Your overall, the next one over, health. So your overall health is improved. So you're going to eat better. You'll have more energy, and just your mental health better as well. So you might be able to think better and get more stuff done that day and be more productive. We miss a line and then we go to the next one, and it's concentration. So concentration, if you think, if you get enough sleep, your brain's switched on differently. Whereas if you don't get sleep, the whole day it's kind of like a fuzz, isn't it?
Yep.
It drags more. I think when you're tired, you think,
totally.
"Hey God, I've still got all these hours before I go to bed."
Yeah, it really does.
Next one over, more alert. So I've got the hiccups. I always get the hiccups when I'm doing answers.
So do I. I mean, well, I do as well. When I'm streaming, I get.
I think I've got apnea, but when I'm awake, like I stop breathing and hiccups come in. So concentration and more alert, they kind of go hand in hand. Few over again, yeah, it can definitely affect your mood. It affects how I can tolerate like other people as well. Do you know, if I've had a really bad night's sleep,
yeah,
I'd probably like not go to grandparents just because I need to be a bit more patient when I go there. And
of course, yeah.
Not in a bad way, just I can tolerate like the me bad back, or oh, I've not been out much. I can tolerate that a little bit more when I'm in a good place myself.
Yeah, because
it does affect your mood, sleep, definitely.
Definitely.
Next one over, improve memory. So what you said before about retaining information, you said about maybe if you were trying to do a new language when you were tired, or
it's just not happening.
Like you're not going to be able to remember all that information. So
it's a good point as well, because people think like, you know, oh, if I put like however many hours into this, and then they start to lose sleep because they do something so much, well, it's going to have a detrimental effect, because when you're losing sleep, your actual time spent on that activity, you know, it's the performance is going to diminish significantly, right? So it's like it's actually better to spend less time on it and then to get more sleep, because then your attention is going to be like much more than if you were behind.
Definitely.
So yeah.
And I think like do it in small chunks as well. I think if you sat down and try to do anything in 3 or 4 hours, I think your brain cannot retain. I think you're better off doing a half an hour or something where it's
yeah.
Like if I did one topic all the way through, like you would switch off, whereas we're changing little bits now. So it kind of your brain then goes from right, I've covered sleep, put that in a pocket, right, I'm onto this now. So your brain's like stimulated again, woke up.
Definitely.
So improve memory. Did we do that one?
Memory? No, we haven't done that yet. Oh no, we're talking about that currently. Yeah.
One to it, yeah. So improve memory. The one after that, more energy. All right. So more sleep. You feel like you can just maybe get more stuff done. Whether that be cleaning, crafting, like anything, you're just more productive with your day. Your attitude's better. Like I don't know, you're being a bit happier, more alert.
Yep.
More awake. Your attitude's a lot better. Reduce depression. Definitely, like I think depression, it really does come on the back of lack of sleep as well. And it all links together. So if you are depressed, you kind of want to go to bed and just shut yourself off and close yourself away. Whereas if you had a good night's sleep and you got up and you got your curtains up and you made your bed, and like just little things that I think Gary had mentioned, I can't remember what chat we were on, but we mentioned about if you could just get a little job done every day, even if it is just making your bed or getting your dishes done or cleaning a certain room or a drawer out, cleaning, like just doing something little, it just makes you feel better for the day. So kind of
all adds up.
I think cleaning and waking up and having something already done, like I think it's a good way to start your day. So I'm sure it was Gary that mentioned about it. I might be wrong.
No, yeah, it was, yeah, and Gary mentioned about
Was
how,
it?
yeah, because he was talking about how cleaning helps him, and it's like, it's that thing.
Oh, is that when you said that you on the back of it, you went out and you started cleaning? You did some
Oh yeah,
cleaning
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yourself?
yeah, yeah. I don't know if you actually heard me say that, Gary, but yeah, like, because we spoke about that, me and you together, Milan is separate, but obviously me and Gary had to stay connected together, and he mentioned just the impact on cleaning.
That was it. I thought,
Yeah, and then like that it had on him, like his mental space. Once he's cleaned, that he feels he has much more clarity, able to do more stuff. And I totally agree with that, and just how it can positively affect your headspace. So since then, Gary, I cleaned out my whole room. Like, I mean, it wasn't too messy, but there's like certain stuff that builds up, like, I've got like I'll always make sure that I clean like the floor in my room and stuff like that. But then I've got like a cupboard which I just like I'll throw junk in it. You know what I mean? I just think what's
and
out of
close the
sight.
door.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean that out. So it was like I cleaned everything in my room and just around the house, and I felt so much better. And yeah, I was definitely inspiration off the back of what Gary was saying. So 100%.
There you go. Excellent. Oh, we better look at the chat because it's gone a bit crazy since I've been
There's a
gassing.
lot going on, yeah.
Have a little look there. All right, so we've got quite a few viewers have guessed quite a few already.
Yeah. Gary obviously went to Tesco's after he said first time in 11 weeks, so it's great that you're getting out there, Gary. And I'm sure that was good. And obviously it's
well done, yeah.
less packed now. Sue's going to Sainsbury's, fewer people. So good on you, Sue, for getting out as well.
Sue said she's got her first propelled chair as well.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to get used to that outside, yeah.
And Gary says bite-sized info is proven to be better for learning, so I agree.
Yeah, it's better for retaining information, definitely.
Definitely. Sue says make the bed, lol, unheard of.
Sue.
And Gary says cleaned his bathroom the other day and it was spanking clean, and when he goes into it now it's nice. Absolutely, I totally agree.
Good. So true. My bedroom's a right mess and I feel so overwhelmed within it. Right, Jen, your job. Little bits. If you do a little bit of each corner of your bedroom, and then eventually it'll all get done.
Yeah, definitely.
But not today though. The weather's too good today to be cleaning. Like get out in your back garden or whatever, or in the front wherever the sun is, and just try and have some nice vitamin D today. That's what I'm going to suggest all of you try and do. Try and get some fresh air when it's so nice. We can clean when the days are rotten, yeah. But you're right. It does make you feel better, just a little bit.
And it's also it's a case of like what going off what Gary said as well. I think like it's setting the conditions around something to make you do other things better. Like that is to say, like, for example, when ages ago when I used to do like a bit more weightlifting, right? I plateaued on my bench press, and I was thinking, how can I get over that? So I'd always try and add weight to my bench press, but I couldn't get up past that. So what my friend suggested is, why don't you try and do more stuff focusing on isolating your triceps, or do more kind of press which are just going to focus on stuff like that, and then that'll get the bench up. So somehow, like, sometimes to get better at a certain thing, it's the other things you need to do which will help you get better at that thing. So for example, if you sit down to do an essay in your room and your room's a mess and you think, why can't I focus? If you tidied your room, that might actually help you do the essay better. The same thing with sleep, like what we're talking about here. So if you got that sleep, if you're well rested, your room's tidy, you're setting the conditions in order to be able to do the task better.
Yeah, be able to shut off.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I did do, I don't know if it's because it's lockdown, one day I emptied my entire wardrobe out and all my drawers just to sort out like clothes that I can probably wear when it's a bit hotter as well.
Yeah.
I literally put everything in those, the vacuum bags where you can like get loads in and then get the air out. So they're all in the loft now, and my wardrobe's like empty, but I can see everything I've got.
There you go.
It's weird because I normally have loads more clothes in there, and it just gets put in. You forget what you've got. Like
definitely.
I haven't got loads of like nice designer stuff. They're all just like Primark vests and things, but. It's quite nice that I can see me colours of my vests now, and like everything's stacked, and it's like I feel like quite achieved that way. But I've still got my messy drawers in me. What do I use? I've got it was actually yesterday I got both the drawers out on the bed, and I got to do one of them, and then I thought, so this, I'm not doing the other one. So I've got one tiny drawer, and then everything's back in the other drawer. So I'm kind of like halfway there, but not really. So
This is some progress made
anyway,
though.
a little bit. I feel like I've done a little bit, but then I didn't finish it. So I'm gonna have to. It's still a job I have to go back to. Right, sorry. I do get sidetracked all of the time. It's such a bad thing. Prevent cancer. Yeah, people don't realise, but it all links together again. So lack of sleep means gonna eat bad, gonna not be as nice to your body, not gonna give it what it needs, and it all kind of links around. And cancer's a big thing that comes on the back of that as well, which you wouldn't ever have thought about it. But yeah, lack of sleep can, make like different cancers. I think bowel cancer might be one of them. And your heart, we mentioned before about it can affect like strokes and heart disease and things like that, but it's all to do with lack of sleep and eating the wrong stuff. So it all links together. So yeah, prevent cancer. It seems a bit like whoa, bang in there, but it's a fact. It's true.
Yeah.
And your physical health as well. So just having that energy again, like being able to do anything. It can affect your whole mental well-being and physical well-being. So if we go across the word search now, so we've got one straight across the top row, reduce stress. So even though certain things might stress you out, if you get a really bad night's sleep, you're more likely to be stressed. Whereas if you sleep better, you can kind of pocket that off into a little bit and be a little bit less stressed that way.
Totally.
Your environment, there you go. This is the one that we've all been talking about, cleaning and things like that. Your environment, what you surround yourself in. If you can, start chipping away at little jobs that you've put off for years and get where everything around you is in its place. It'll mean being ruthless mind or filling that loft space up, or just get things that you don't use and don't need out of the way. And look after your environment. That's where you live. That's your little sanity.
Yep.
Get it where it's it's giving you the best chance to be able to shut off and to be able to relax. And if you ever do any of these things, like let us know. Like I'm often like interested if anybody ever goes away and does anything on the back of these slides.
For sure.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know if this is true, but good sleep makes you smarter. I'm yet to. I sleep well, and I don't think I'm very smart. So.
I think you're very smart.
Oh, thanks, but yeah, I just think, how would you measure that? It's a weird one, isn't it? Yeah, Dan would disagree with that. Stuff that I come out with, he'd be like, what have you been on? Lifestyle as well, so it can just affect, like, if it affects your mood and it affects your concentration, it makes you more alert. It can then affect. Oh, he's my dog coming after his walk. Come on, and interrupt the live stream, Diego. He's walked right round us.
Bless him.
So there was 16 there, and I think a few of you got quite a few of them right. So well done on that. The next slide. So this is like a quick overview of depression and anxiety. So there's a lot of different things that might be like a knock-on effect. So you might have sleep issues. If you often like feeling a bit down, a bit anxious about things, sleep does have a side effect of that. A lot of people feel quite sad a lot of the time. That's quite a knock-on effect as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, stress. So people might get stressed unnecessarily. We mentioned before about mood and food. So craving unhealthy food could be something that you would have on the back of being anxious, being depressed.
Yeah.
So yeah, those things definitely. Do you want to say hello on the? Do you want to say hello?
Referencing Benedict's.
Yay!
Wow, nice.
He's been for his
Awesome,
dog walk with Diego. So yeah, crave unhealthy food. We said before about you wouldn't necessarily go and make a salad or something with veg. You'd be straight in grabbing some chocolate or grabbing whatever you can that's going to give you that instant energy boost. A lot of people who are quite depressed and anxious as well, like tend to shut themselves off from everybody, and they become quite isolated, and like they don't want to put their problems on anybody else. They just want to cut themselves off and be in their own little bubble until they sort themselves out or get in a decent headspace where they can then move forward again. So isolation's a big one. Lack of energy. So if you think you just can't be bothered to do anything, you feel quite down, shutting yourself away. Like I think I mentioned it before in the chat. Somebody mentioned about just taking themselves off to bed and just shutting off everything. So no energy would link in with that as well. Unnecessary worry as well. And you might drop out of activity. So when people are organising things and inviting you, you might be like, no. Like try and say yes a few times. Try and just, even if you really don't want to do it, just go.
That can have like a knock-on effect as well. So if someone thinks, I'm not going to do this one thing, then when something else comes up, they're like, I'm not going to do that, and it gets worse and worse. So at first,
but what'll happen is your friends will stop inviting you as well, because they'll just think, well, they're not bothered about spending any time. They don't think about it being to do with depression or anxiety. They just think, oh well, that person doesn't want to spend any time with us. So yeah, don't do. Have you watched the movie where it's Yes Man? I think it's called.
Right. Yeah. Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Like he says yes to everything. Now that could get you into trouble, right? So don't say yes to everything, but try and, even if you're not having the best day ever, like if a friend's wanting to meet up with you, meet up with them, and you know what, you might feel better once you've met up with them and seen them for a little bit. There's just the thought of it, and like, you've got to get ready, you've got to put your face on, you've got to.
It happens all the time, right? I mean, there's so much. Like, I think everyone can relate.
Pretend that you're not sad.
Yeah, there's been times when I'm with somebody and I secretly kind of thought, like, if like, one of my friends has asked me to go to the movies on a night, and then if I've been working that day or something, I might be thinking like, oh, I can't really be bothered. But then when you do it, you always feel much better for it, because you think, oh, I had a really good time. But it's just, I don't know what it is, but there's just something in us as people where we think like, oh, if we've got an engagement, part of us just thinks, oh, I could just sit at home. And then, but if you actually go out and make yourself do it, you always, almost 99% of the time, have a good time, and you're glad you did it.
Definitely. So that would be my advice. I try and just, even if you don't want to do it, just once you get out there and you're part of that little group again, you'll probably enjoy it differently. So on the last slide, I've got another little word search. This is a word search, but I'm going to have to read the clues out for you. So even though it's on there, so you can see how many letters are for each. Oh yeah, I've got me clues. I thought I'd lost me clues there. We might have been a bit stuck without them. So I'm going to go through each one, tell you how many letters it is, and yeah, you can work through it and see how you get on. So these are all different things that we can do to relieve stress. So you might already have some ideas in your mind already of what activities you can do or what things you can do to relieve stress. So just try and think, as we go along, where that might fit into the grid. So number 1 across, to share and express your thoughts and feelings to a person who will listen. So I'm going to give you a clue. It starts with the letter T, and it's 4 letters. But again, you can actually, I tell you what you can do, rather than write these down, we'll work as a group this time. Once you think you know it, if you put it in the chat, and then I can kind of keep an eye on we'll know if we've got it right. So 4-letter word, begins with T, and the clue was to share and express your thoughts and feelings to a person who will listen. Me and Daniel's pretty good at this one. Gary's got it straight away.
Awesome, mate. Yeah.
Talk. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Yeah. It's good to talk. It's good to get things off your chest.
Definitely.
I used to work at Bede College when I was a bit younger, quite a while back. And I used to work in, oh, you're all getting it? Talk. Yeah, okay, well done. It went boom, 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 the chat there, yeah. You all getting it a second after each other, well done. What I used to see is, because I used to do a lot of pastoral care.
Yeah.
And some, you know, and I think when you're 16, 18-year-old, like there's a lot of stress like that you have, isn't it? Like you kind of become an adult, and
Yep.
you know, you living at home's becoming difficult and things like that. But
discovering your own identity.
You discovering your own identity and things like that. So what I used to say to students was, because a lot of them would come in, they would have the weight of the world on their shoulders. So I used to say, imagine you've got a fishbowl on your head and it's full of water. By speaking to someone, I'm doing the action now. By speaking to someone, you're like tipping a bit of that water out, so your load's becoming lighter. So by talking about it and tipping out a little bit of the fishbowl water, your load becomes lighter. So definitely talking is a good way to like get things off your chest. Obviously, be careful who you speak to. But if you've got someone who you trust and you're close to, and you're all right speaking openly, sometimes it's good to get things like off your mind. But anyway, that's just food for thought. That's just me rambling again. I know, all the time. Right, so I'm going to go, actually I'll go all of the across. We'll do all the across ones first. So 4 across. What can happen if your body gets run down from stress or lack of sleep? It's 2 words. First word begins with a G, and that's a 3-letter word. Second word begins with an S. So G space space. Second word S space space space. So what can happen to your body if it gets run down from stress and lack of sleep, or lack of sleep? Could be both. What do you think? So who's first to put this in the chat? So it's 2 words. I keep forgetting you can see it on there, so you can see how many spaces there are.
Yeah.
So it's a 3-letter word and then a 4-letter word. No, it's not get sleep.
But
it gets right though. But
I was going to say you got half of it there. So it gets.
What can happen if your body gets run down?
Yeah. Gets.
Wrong, my bad brain jumped. So if you don't get enough sleep, it's another word for vomit.
Yeah, I was going to do a vomit impression, but I thought.
What are you going to do if I'm going to go on then? Do you?
That.
Daniel, man.
Yes, right.
That was the worst vomit impression I've ever seen.
Okay, it's going to make people feel sick, this. Get sore.
Oh no, it's not get sore.
If it's another word for vomit, get sick.
Yeah, well done, Gary. He's got it. Get sick. All right. So if you don't get enough sleep, or you get really run down, you're going to end up feeling sick. All right, you're going to get sick. Yeah, you are funny. Right. Number 8. So number 8. How many letters is this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 letters. So this is done out loud. This is your clue. This is done out loud when something is funny and it can make you feel better. Begins with an L. So we naturally do this. That's our reaction to something if we think something's funny. I'm trying not to do it in case you get it. Me and Daniel's both sitting in silence now, not to give it away.
Yeah, we're trying our hardest there.
So if you think you know, stick it in the chat and I can follow along. So this you do out loud when something's funny, when you think something's funny, and it can make you feel better. In fact, they actually have classes on this, you know.
Yeah, I think Sue could be on
Yay, well done.
it. Good job, Sue.
So laughing or laughter, whatever fits in there, it's one of those
Good.
words.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
you're on the right line. Number 9. So number 9 across, which is 4-letter word. To manage your stress through different ways that make you feel better. To manage your stress through different ways that make you feel better. So it's different something strategies type of thing. Begins with a C, 4 letters. Certain things might help you with certain situations. Begins with a C. Well done, Sue. Straight in there. Cope. Excellent.
Good job, Sue.
Yeah, so certain things can help you cope with certain situations. We spoke about talking earlier, laughter, another way to cope. Yeah, we're all getting it. Cope, 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 cope. Well done, well done. Where we're up to now. Oh yeah, number 10. So number 10, you can do this at a park or the gym or in lockdown in your home. This activity relieves stress and is good for you, and it begins with an E, and it's 8 letters. And we're going to put it on the end of this video. It's going to be on the end of the live stream on a video by Rob. And it begins with an E. Should we do it?
Yeah, there we go. Awesome, Gary.
Well done, exercise. We're doing the X Factor, aren't we?
Yeah.
Me and Daniel.
Do you know like the tiniest fact ever, right? Where I live, apparently it's Cheryl Cole's favorite Chinese takeaway, like right next to it. And
Really?
And we went into it, and there's like loads of pictures of the owner and Cheryl Cole, and we were like, "What the hell?"
Oh well.
And there was a picture of Cheryl Cole, Simon Cowell, in the takeaway, picking up takeaway. It was so crazy.
Oh, that's unreal.
Yeah, it was so wild. We were like, "What?"
So does that make you want to go in more? Are you a Cheryl fan?
Yeah, she's all right. I mean, yeah, she's pretty cool. It's good to see someone from the Northeast doing so well. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Right, number 11. Moving on swiftly. So number 11, this is 7 letters. Feelings of high stress, panic and worry, sometimes including physiological symptoms. And it begins with an ear. And it was, I'm sure it was in the speech bubble on the previous slide. So we were looking at depression and beep, begins with an ear. So feelings of high stress, panic and worry, sometimes including physiological symptoms. There's another one of those in. Oh, she's there again. Well done.
Good.
Anxiety, definitely. So that's all of your cross clues. So we're going to go down now. So the first one is number 2. If you can see, that's just at the end of number 1 and then straight down. So people go on these at least once a year for a break from their job. So what might you do? What might you do just to get away? Have some time out. And I'll accept either the American word or you can put the UK word.
I was about to say it might be the American word for this.
Yeah, the American word's the one that fits.
Yeah.
But I don't mind if you put the other one in. Obviously, we can't do this at the moment.
I know a lot of people are going to be hoping that the pandemic goes away quite soon, so they can have one of these. I think a lot of people are craving one of these right now.
Holiday, well done. And what would it be in America then? It would be vacation, wouldn't it?
Vacation.
Oh, you've got a good accent. I'm not going to do my accent. It's terrible. Mine just sounds the same.
No, it's very
much. No, just sounds the same.
Vacation.
There you go. We've got it. Number 3. Where are we at? Oh, yes. So this is just along to the left. Quite a long word. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So time off from work, doing nothing but enjoying yourself. So what would you be doing in that instance? All right. So number 3 begins with an R. The shortened version is only a 5-letter word. It's also got a X in there.
This is the one where I said that 80 song to Mel, and she was like, "No, I never heard of that." You remember?
Oh, and do you know what? I know what it is now. Like, I got grief off a lot of people for that. I think I got them off Dan for not knowing that as well.
Classic one.
I was like, I do know it. I just didn't click. I was just a bit slow. I don't think I had enough sleep the day before.
You're just like, nah.
Oh man. Well done, relaxing, excellent. So, or relaxation fits in this one, but yeah, relax. I would have even accepted the word relax. That's fine. Number 5, right? If anybody gets this wrong, I can't guess it. I'm going to be a bit worried because we have covered it in detail today. So you should get 8 hours a day to maintain health and happiness. What do you need 8 hours of every single day?
That's a good one.
What do you reckon, Daniel?
Yeah, one of those, yeah. Oh.
What do you need 8 hours of every single day? When you're an adult, not when you're preschool. Yeah, you go, he's in there. Sleep. Right. 2 more. So what is it called when people talk to a mental health professional? Begins with a C. What do you call it? What's that session called? So what is it called when people talk to a mental health professional? Begins with a C.
Go.
Have you got a clue for this one, Daniel?
Yeah, the first part of the word sounds like the animal cow. A little bit. Close.
Sounds like the animal what?
Cow, like a cow. Cow.
Oh, right, yeah, kind of.
It's a bad clue, really, that one, isn't it? Sorry, guys.
That's a terrible clue. It's all right.
Moving on from that, Sue's got it.
So counselling sounds like cow.
The first part of it. But yeah, not the best clue. Not the best clue.
Oh my God, Daniel. Daniel, no more clues off Daniel. Daniel, I'm not going to ask you for any more help today, right?
Probably make it harder for people to guess.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was the worst clue I've heard of.
Counselling. Alright, guys.
Counselling.
I was going to think like the local, everyone like Newcastle County Cal, Durham County Cal, like everyone has a local Cal. Council, right?
I'm gonna go on to the last one because you really are digging a hole for yourself. Last one. There are the familiar people in our lives that help us cope with the stressful times because they know us well and they listen. What are these people called?
Yeah.
And it begins with an F.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a TV program.
There you go. That's a good. See, that's a good clue. Okay.
That is a better clue.
That's a better clue.
Then cow.
Cow for counselling. I mean, come on. It's.
Oh my goodness. Daniel. We need to just write that one from the brain. That just, yeah, it should never have been said.
There you go, Sue. Thank you. Yeah, that's right.
Daniel was a thesaurus in a former life.
That's it. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Yeah, well done. So the answer is friends on that
Friends.
one. Well done.
There you go.
So that brings us to the very, very last slide, which, yeah, it's gone pretty. I cannot believe we've been on 2 hours already. So what we're going to do, we'll take a short break, and we'll maybe back at 12 o'clock. Do you think?
Yeah. So
that
yeah,
enough time?
that's enough time. Yeah, we'll take a quick break. Back
So
at 12, and
we'll put Rob's video on. It's a stretching video today.
Yep.
However, before you go anywhere or miss anything, we've got the survey that we would need just to fill out. So if you wouldn't mind,
Let's get that survey
if you
in
can
there.
stick the link on there now. It is underneath the video as well.
Yeah, can do
So it's
that.
underneath in the bump underneath there. If you scroll down, you'll be able to get that way. But we will put it in the live feed now, so you can just click on that. If you've done this session before, and I know Gary you have, it shouldn't allow you to do a second survey because this is the second time we've run this session, so we don't want the same people filling out this. But you can, I mean, have a go just in case you missed this one, but it shouldn't allow you to put it in twice.
Yeah, so if you haven't, just as Mel just said there.
But Sue, Jen, if both of you can get that filled out, that would be great. Perfect. Yep, survey time. Yep. So we'll take a little break now, and then we'll put Rob's video on. And hopefully you can get joined in. And if you do join in, send us a picture of yourself joining in. It's quite good to see some of these sweaty selfies coming in. It's quite good.
That's it.
And yeah, animal of the day is cow. Thank you, Daniel.
Anytime. I'm here all week, guys.
Daniel, moving on.
Oh, good one. That was nice.
Right. I'm going to just stop it right there. Right. It's been a pleasure as always. Yeah, and I'll see you next Monday for session 2.
See you later, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you later. Have a lovely day.
Hi everyone, welcome back. So we're all staying safe, keeping us fit and active as we can at the minute. So we're actually going to have a bit of a change of pace this week. We're going to slow things down and just take some time to stretch off. And the last couple of weeks that we've done, the last couple of sessions that we've done have been quite high intensity. So yeah, like I say, just chill things out a little bit today. So it's important to stretch off for a lot of different reasons. Namely, we do carry a lot of tension, just day to day in the way that we hold ourselves, some of the movement patterns that we move through that we don't realise. So we just stretch those muscles out and release some of that tension. We often find ourselves slouching day to day, be it, you know, when you're driving, sat at home on the couch, when you're scrolling through your phone, even when you're typing, be it on a keyboard or whatever. So yeah, it's just important to think about your posture, take a little bit of time, even if it's once a week, just to try and be mindful of it and correct it. Cool. So stretching is really important as well to make sure that you're taking care of your joints and making sure you've got the biggest range of motion you can get with them. How often do you go to do something that you haven't done for 10 years and move through a certain pattern and you find that you can't anymore? You know, I do from time to time. And blood flow as well, really important to think about. Flow of blood around your body, getting that oxygen where it needs to be. Stiffness can actually affect that as well, stiffness and tension. So we stretch off, loosen up and just help things work how they're supposed to. Yeah, cool. So today we're going to do a full body routine rather than breaking it down and isolating anything. We're going to take between sort of 15 to 20 minutes. By all means, go back afterwards, cherry pick a couple of exercises that you think work best for you or that you maybe feel the most or that are going to give you the most benefit. Chuck them into some sort of routine yourself. You know, by all means, put one together yourself. Let us know how you get on. First of all, we're going to get warmed up before we make a start. Right guys, so to get you warmed up, we're going to be doing what we call some dynamic stretches. So rather than just taking a muscle, pulling it as long as we can make it while it's still cold and potentially hurting something, we're just going to run through some basic sort of movement patterns, get everything moving, everything warmed up and flowing how it should, yeah? Cool. So like we do for a warm up, make sure you've got a little bit of space, just be aware of your surroundings, and we're going to get you moving, literally just lifting those knees up. Get them as high as you can, but we're not even running on the spot. Get them arms moving a little bit. Like I say, it's a full body workout, so we've got to warm everything up anyway. Get them up nice and high. Not the most strenuous session that we've done today, but we do need to make sure that that heart rate's up and that blood's flowing. Yeah, we're going to go into heel kicks, just on your toes. There we go, just like you're trying to kick yourself in the bum. Just get that heart rate up. There we go, we're going to come down, feet about shoulder width apart. A little bit of a bend in your knees. Come down and touch the floor, yeah? You want a little bit of a pull down the back of your legs, pushing your hips back over. Back's going to be flat, and you're going to make sure that your knees aren't locked. A little bit of a bend. There we go, come a bit wider, toes pointing out. Same again. Last one, we're going to come up into some waist twists, side to side, just loosen up that lower back, loosen up your obliques. And then, good old favourites, going to into some star jumps. Just to make sure we're nice and warm before we start stretching up. There we go, warm up done. Cool, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a towel. You don't know how much you're going to sweat, even though we're just stretching off. I'm definitely warming up already. Ideally grab yourself an exercise pad if you've got one laid around the house. If not, make sure you're working on carpet like I am. You know, I've done things like rolling up towels before and stuff like that as well if you do need that little bit of protection. If there's any that you do find that you can't do, leave them out, change them back for one that you've already done that you feel that you were getting a lot of benefit from. Take our time, we're going to hit each stretch for about 30 seconds, just gradually pushing that range as we feel things loosening up and we feel that range maybe increasing, yeah? Not going to force anything that doesn't want to go, we're not going to push our luck with anything, like I say, nice and steady today. Yeah, get it done. Any that you find, we're going to have plenty of time to swap over in between stretches. Yeah, we're not rushing through anything like we normally do. Yeah, we're not going to force anything that doesn't want to go. And we're just going to gradually just try and extend our range of motion while we're holding for that 30 seconds. And you feel your potential range increasing, yeah? Cool, right, so let's get it done. Like I say, holding each one for about 30 seconds. You want to stand yourself off to start, right in the middle of the room. Going to reach up, nice and tall. That's it, just stretching through the body. Lift your chest up, and you're trying to feel them shoulder blades move. So you're just bringing them up towards your ears, letting them drop. Shoulders up, and then back down. Still standing nice and tall. There we go, nice one, first one done. So a nice stretch down the front, yeah? Cool, so next one we're going to go is going to be the hamstring stretch. So we're going to bend your knees, come down and grab your ankles. And we're going to push your hips up, straighten your legs out. There we go, and drag them hips back over, yeah? So your back's nice and flat, really activate them hamstrings. See, we can do these static stretches now, because we have warmed everything up, got a little bit of blood flow to those muscles, and got those joints moving. Just feeling that pull. There we go, just nice and steady, come up and out of that one. From there, we're going to do a quad stretch, so down the front of your thigh. So either use a wall, use a door frame, even use a couch if you've got one kicking about. You just need something for your balance. If you need something for your balance, just going to come knees together and hips forward and pulling your heel in towards your bum, yeah? There we go. So yeah, keep this knee pulled right back rather than out there. You want that pulled right down the front of your thigh. There we go, we can come out of that one. And of course we want to make sure we do the other side as well. So we're going to take time to stretch that other leg off. Same again, get your balance. Lean against something if you need to. If not, like I say, we're just going to get your balance and come. Heel up towards your bum. Keep your knees together. Pull back rather than there. Or as close to there as you can get, yeah? By all means, if you're feeling tension, before I'm saying you should be feeling tension, it just means you're a little bit tight, yeah? So don't worry about pushing as far as I am. Get that pull, same again as you feel the muscle stretching out. Just try and pull it that little bit further through your range, but don't force anything. There we go, so we're going to start moving away from the legs. But you'd be surprised when it comes to your muscles how interlinked everything is. So we're going to move on to your lower back, but we're still moving through some leg ranges as well. So we're going to come onto one knee, try and tilt your hips forward, and then we're just lunging forward, yeah? So you're getting a pull right down here on that hip flexor, right on that joint. If you let your pelvis tilt back that way, you won't get the stretch so much, so you need to pull back that way, yeah? Try and engage them abs. Nice pull down there. Go. As always, think about your breathing. Take your time. There we we go, nice one. So we're going to swap it across. We're always going to make sure and swap it to the other leg as well. The body works better when it's in balance with itself, and we don't want tension on one side and not the other. And here we go, so same again. Hips pulled in, driving forward, and you're getting the pull on that back leg. Should be nice and high. There we go, more up towards the hip joint. If you can see, in there rather than down the front so much. And then just focus on your breathing, balance, take your time. Cool, so back across to the other leg, similar position, but rather than coming straight out, we're going to come at 90 degrees. So all you're going to do, gently rock over to one side. There we go, so you're going to feel the pull inside your thigh a lot more. Maybe even down the back of your hamstring. And as you feel things start to loosen up a little bit, try and come that little bit further out. Same again, just gently lean into anything, we don't want to force it. There we go, we'll come out of that one, we're going to swap, same again on the other side. So swap your knees over, out about 45 degrees, not straight ahead, not straight out of the side, somewhere in between. Same again, just gently rock your weight over onto this other foot. There we go, so same again, we're going to feel the stretch. And then we can just move that a little bit further as we feel things loosen up. Just pushing it where we can. And there we go, so we've got one more to do on either side. So we've done straight ahead, we've done 45. We're going to come out to 90 degrees now, yeah? So you want your heel pretty much in line with your knee. This leg's pointing back over rather than out the side for balance. And same again, keep your body squared on, and you're pushing over to one side. So depending on where you've got your tension, you might feel that one of these is easier than the other. And someone else might feel it completely differently, yeah? It's all depending on how tight we are and where we're tight. Same again, just push it if you can. There we go, ready for the hips loosening up now. Last one, over on the other side, same again, heel in line with your knee. And slowly rock your body weight across. Feel that stretch down the inside. There we go, so you want to be thinking about your posture all the time, keep your chest up if you can. And just deep breaths. So push it a little bit further if we can. There we go, well done. So finally off your knees, you can sit yourself on your bum. One leg forward, 90 degrees, the other leg back, 90 degrees as well, yeah? From there, back's nice and flat, you're just going to bring your chest down towards your knee. Same again, don't force anything, just as low as you can get. Same again, get as low as you can, when you can. There we go, we're going to swap it across. So although you're going to be feeling a lot of these in your legs, we're actually doing a lot of stuff now that's going to be loosening up that lower back. Let us start working on that as well. So down towards this knee. Same again, you might find one side's tighter than the other. Find if we can do this on the regular, they'll start to balance that out. There we go. So we're going to take that stretch that you're probably feeling in your glute on the side of your bum and just emphasise that a little bit more so it comes up into your lower back as well. So you're going to lay yourself down, knees going to come in, this shoulder's going to stay down, and you're going to rock across. There we go. So you're going to feel a little pull in your lower back and still down the outside of your glute. So make sure this shoulder stays down. There we go, and kick this knee in nice and high. There we go, feel that just increasing its range over time. Same again, quick little breather, we're going to swap across, do the other side as well. So we'll lay it down. So remember this time, it's your other shoulder that wants to stay down here. You're going to come in, knee up, over and across. Same again, pull there, right down your back, outside your glute as well. Nice one. Little breath, set yourself up, and we're going to come back to that kneeling position. And you're going to slide your palms right out in front of you, as far as you can, and rock back onto those heels. So you've got a nice pull down your lats, just bringing that lower back in as well a little bit. There we go. Try and get right back onto your heels. There we go, coming out onto all fours. And this next one we're just going to alternate between arching your back down over and pulling it up towards the ceiling. Just getting a little bit of flexion on that spine as well, yeah? So you're dipping your back and arching your back. Just getting it all moving. So here we don't have to rush, just gradually moving from one into the other. Nice one. So from there, we're going to work up your back a little bit, start bringing in the back of your shoulders, as well as some of those higher back muscles. So staying in that kneeling position, and try and get your arm through and underneath, and all you're going to do is just twist and get as much of this arm flat to the floor as you can, yeah? So if you come through and it's the back of your palm, that's fine. Excellent, just get that stretch, gradually working your way down as low as you can, opening up that shoulder joint on this side, getting a little bit of a twist on your back. There we go, come out there. Still got the other side to do. Definitely warming up. Same again, back down in that position, reaching across. Get round as far as you can. And there we go, really feeling the stretch on the back of your shoulder as well. There we go, nearly done. Nearly done, we've got a couple to go. So you're going to come back to that standing position. Standing up nice and tall again. I'm going to grab one wrist with the other and just lean over to one side. So we're just going to stay on the same side, just moving across nice and slow, so we're not bouncing on the stretch, just moving it through the range that we can get. Same again, nice controlled breathing while we're stretching off. There we go, roll those shoulders. I've got the other side to do. A couple of stretches to do and we're done. Yeah, so we're reaching up again. Reach with the other arm. And we're going to reach across to the other side as well. Staying nice and slow, nice and controlled. One. There we go, so we're just going to stay on upper body from now on, standing the rest of the way, yeah. No more kneeling, we don't have to get back down on the floor. We're going to do this one, reach across the body and pull behind the elbow. There we go, open up that shoulder joint. There we go, looking across the opposite shoulder. So we're getting a nice neck stretch in there as well. There we go, just focus on your breathing, on the ones that let you. There we go, open it up. Same again, swap across to the other side. Pulling behind the elbow again. Opening up the shoulder, making sure we look over that opposite shoulder as well. Just big deep breaths now. Just loosening up this upper body to finish up with. Last 10 seconds. Really get that stretch. A little bit more if you can. There we go. So we're going to go fingers interlocked, palms out and away from you. There we go, just letting those shoulders pull forward as well. Get that stretch. Nearly there, last few seconds. And there we go, now last one, we're just going to do some arm circles. Just get those shoulder joints moving a little bit more as well. Just watch out for the ceiling lights. There we go, last one. Just get all that blood flowing around the body. There we go, nearly there. Hope you've all enjoyed a change of pace, back to normal next week. There we go, we can even reverse that and come back the other way. Same again, just think about getting them shoulder blades moving as well if you can. There we go, done. So there we go guys, a full body stretch routine that you can do, even if it's once a week, in less than 20 minutes. I prefer to start my day off with some stretches, You know, wake myself up a little bit, take a little bit of time. It's personal preference, it's entirely up to you. Try different times of the day. Some people prefer it sort of later on in the evening, wind down before bed, but it is important that we're doing it. And we actually hear stories, and I've worked with clients who they have a pain in one area, be it lower back, and when we actually break it down and take time to assess it, the problem's actually coming from elsewhere. Be it a tight hamstring that's pulling the pelvis into a position that it doesn't like, be it a calf injury and the way that you're walking to accommodate that. So there's a lot of stuff that we can sort of break down if we just take a little bit of time to listen to your body, where it's tight, what's working, how it should, what isn't, and then we can take it from there, you know, just take a little bit of time. Well done everybody who has been doing these. Actually, Anthony, I know you've been smashing them the last couple of weeks. Keep them selfies coming in because we do want to see them. Charlotte, Gary, give a couple of these stretches a try. See how you get on. Like I say, get in touch with me on Mel if you have any trouble with any of that, yeah. Speaking of Mel, I hope you're all keeping up with the home cooking channel and the recipes that she's putting out there. Check it out if you're not. And of course, as always, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll see you next week.